Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're staying deep in the red deserts of the Southwest, where the night has teeth and the wind can steal your voice. Skinwalkers. Yi Naldlushi. Shape-shifting witches that wear the skins of animals. And sometimes, the skins of men. They mimic your voice perfectly, learn your walk, and wear your face like a borrowed coat. Once they have your scent, they don't stop until they replace you completely.
This is a real feeling encounter inspired by the legends. Stories of people who made one small mistake and invited something that should never have been answered. If you hear whistling outside your window tonight, don't whistle back. Stay quiet, lock your doors, and whatever you do, don't answer when it calls your name.
The Hitchhiker. I was driving back from Gallup late one night, heading toward Window Rock. The desert stretched out, black and endless, on both sides of the road. It had started raining. That rare, cold desert rain that turns the dirt into slippery red mud. My wipers were fighting a losing battle when I saw him. An old Navajo man standing on the side of the highway, thumb out. He wore a faded denim jacket and a baseball cap pulled low. In this weather, I felt bad leaving him there, so I slowed down and pulled over. He climbed into the passenger seat without saying much. A strong smell of wet earth and sage filled the cab. He kept his head down.
"Thanks."
He muttered in a rough voice.
"Heading to Window Rock."
We drove in silence for a while, the rain drumming on the roof. Then he started talking quietly about the old ways, about things that walk the desert at night, things that wear the skins of animals, and sometimes the skins of men. I chuckled nervously. Skinwalkers? Come on, that's just old stories, right? Right? The moment the word left my mouth, the air in the truck felt heavier. He turned his head slowly toward me. His eyes caught the glow of the dashboard lights and reflected them back yellow. Too bright, too wrong.
"You shouldn't say that word,"
he said softly. A few miles later, he shifted in his seat.
"Pull over for a minute. I need to relieve myself."
I stopped on the shoulder. He opened the door and stepped out into the rain, disappearing quickly into the darkness beyond the headlights. Minutes passed. The rain kept falling. Then I heard it. My own voice calling from outside the truck. "Hey, come help me with this." I froze, hands still on the wheel. I hadn't spoken. The voice called again, exactly like mine. Same tone, same slight accent. "Alex, hurry up. It's cold out here." But I never told him my name. My heart started hammering. I locked both doors and slammed the truck into drive. As I pulled away, I looked in the rearview mirror. The old man was standing in the middle of the road now, but his body was wrong. Too tall, arms hanging too low. The skin on his face sagged like it didn't fit properly anymore, loose and wrinkled around the jaw, like a mask slipping off. My phone suddenly rang on the seat beside me. The screen lit up with the caller ID. Alex Rivera, Mobile. With shaking hands, I answered. A calm, perfect copy of my own voice spoke through the speaker. "Bad choice, Alex. I already know where you live." I threw the phone down and drove faster, the rain blurring everything. I didn't stop until I reached my apartment back in the city the next morning. The front door was unlocked. Inside my gray hoodie, the one I had worn on that trip, was laid out neatly on my bed. It was covered in fresh red dirt and dark stains that looked a lot like dried blood. Just the other night, I heard scratching at my window. 3 soft knocks, then a pause. And sometimes when I'm home alone, I catch myself whistling 3 rising notes I swear I never learned. I tried to tell myself it was just exhaustion and the long drive playing tricks on my mind. But deep down, I knew better. That thing had my name, it had my voice, and now it claimed to know where I lived. The next few days back in the city were hell. I barely slept. Every creak in my apartment made me jump. I kept the lights on all night and double-checked every lock. The gray hoodie I burned in the desert pit, I swear I saw it again. Folded neatly on my couch one morning, still smelling like rain and blood, even though I had destroyed it. Then the calls started again. My phone would ring at 3 a.m. with my own number on the screen. When I answered, it was always my voice, calm, almost friendly, describing exactly what I was doing in real time. You're sitting on the edge of your bed right now, staring at the window, hearts beating fast. Good. Fear makes the skin fit better. I smashed the phone, bought a new one the next day. It started ringing with my new number within hours. That night, I began hearing footsteps in the hallway outside my door. Slow, deliberate. Sometimes they stopped right in front of my apartment, and I'd hear soft scratching, like nails testing the wood. Once I looked through the peephole and saw nothing but darkness, until a yellow eye suddenly filled the lens, blinking slowly. I stopped going out after dark, ordered food, worked from home, kept the curtains drawn. But it didn't matter. One rainy evening, I was in the kitchen heating up dinner when I heard my own voice coming from the living room. "Hey, Alex, I'm cold. Let me in. I brought your jacket back." I froze. The voice was coming from inside my apartment. I grabbed a kitchen knife and crept toward the living room. The TV was off. The room was empty. But on the coffee table sat the same gray hoodie, soaked with rain, covered in fresh red desert dirt, and something darker. Then the voice spoke again, this time right behind me, using my exact tone. "You left the window cracked in the bedroom last night. I've been watching you sleep. Your breathing is so steady. I like matching it." I spun around. Nothing there. But I could feel hot breath on the back of my neck, perfectly in sync with my own panicked gasps. That night, the real terror began. I woke up to the sound of my own voice whispering in my ear while I was still in bed. "Don't move. I'm almost finished learning the inside of you." My body felt heavy, like something was pressing down on my chest. I tried to scream, but only a weak chuckle came out. My chuckle forced from my throat without my control. In the dim light from the street lamp outside, I saw it. A tall, hunched shadow standing at the foot of my bed. The skin it wore was starting to look more and more like mine. The face almost perfect now, except for the loose folds around the neck and the too wide smile that never quite reached the black pit eyes. It leaned closer and spoke softly, still using my voice. "I don't need to chase you anymore, Alex. I'm already here. I rode home with you that night. I've been waiting for the skin to settle." I finally broke free of the paralysis and lunged for the light switch. When the room flooded with brightness, The figure was gone, but the gray hoodie was now lying across my chest like a blanket, and on the wall above my bed, scratched deep into the paint with what looked like claws, were 3 simple words.
See you soon.
I moved out the next day, changed cities, changed my name on paperwork, tried to disappear. It's been months now. Most nights are quiet. But sometimes, when it rains, I hear a soft knock at the door. 3 knocks, then a pause, and a voice, my voice, calls gently from the other side. Hey, it's cold out here. Let me in. I never answer. But I know it's only a matter of time before the skin fits perfectly, and I stop being the one who says no.
Would you have let the hitchhiker in, or would you have driven away? Tell me in the comments what you would have done, or if you've ever experienced something similar. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more creepy horror stories every week. Stay safe out there, and don't answer the door if it sounds like you. See you next time.